Hi friends, it's Nancy. I thought we'd do a little craft along today. I've been, working on my signatures for the Patchwork journal, and I pretty much got the first signature ready to go. So this is some old packaging. I've just stitched in some vintage lined paper for journaling, and it does have a spot to stick tags. Put a little lace on the edge, some lined paper. This is the cover of a pamphlet that I got last week at a yard sale, that has these cute little bunnies on it. And then I have some vintage record book paper that I've reinforced with some light card and stitched it up, reinforced it with some washi tape to make little pockets. And then here's a crochet pattern, a recipe book page, and this is a card. So this is from 1948. So that's the first signature. I'm not saying that I'm done with the embellishing, but that's what I've got so far. So now I'm working on the second signature, and this is packaging from knitting needles. So I trimmed it down to use as an edge on this lift up, and this is some leftover patchwork. I just layered on a little bit of lace that I've stitched on there so it's free, and then this is a hand crocheted flower. So now I'm working on this page that will be going in this signature. Maybe. I might move it around. So I thought, oh, I should turn on the camera for this one. So this is a book from a sewing pamphlet that I got last week, and I really like the aprons, and there's lots of clear space there. So I'm going to make a little pocket on this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a little thumb hole, but instead of a big circle, I'm going to try to see what this might look like using this big 3-inch circle. I think that's all right. I think I'll do that. So this is some pattern paper, scrapbook paper. I think I'm going to put it up here. All right. Now, I had sort of surmised that I was going to extend this a little bit, glue this on the edge to make a pocket, and then I was going to use some scraps of this seed sack, or feed sack. That's what I'm going for. To make ruffles along the edge. That's what I was thinking. But I just noticed that I have to cut this off. So let's do that first. And got to take it a little bit more. There. Okay. I'm going to measure this a bit so I'll know where to stop gluing. Okay. And then I'm going to cover up this paper with this. It looks like somebody wrote their name there. Let's see if I can get a little bit of that erased. Gotta be gentle because this is old paper and it wasn't really good paper in the first place. I'm gonna do a stitch around here. So hang on. This will just take me a second. Going around the round parts, I'm taking it a little slower. Okay, now I'm around the corner. I can through there. Okay. Now I'm going to do some gluing around this edge. And then I have a pencil line. There. So the reason I stitched it without putting it right on the paper is because I'm just looking for the detail of the stitches. It's not actually the function of the stitches to hold the paper together. Yeah. So the way I do ruffles is probably a little different than everybody else does. So what I use is glue stick, and these I've torn all pretty much an inch apart. And oops, got a little hook on there. It's probably from my trying to pry up that staple yesterday. What a nightmare. So just kind of pinch it up and stick it down. And then I'll just add another one. So these feed sack fabrics are actually pieces of quilt scraps that were all cut out to do some applique and never got done by the original seamstress, artist, sewer, quilter. So I'm happy to have them and use them. I love these old sort of Depression era feed sack fabrics. They're just so colorful. And they're not a really good quality fabric, so there's lots of movement, lots of areas to play. Okay, let's just carry on here. Before I whacked that camera, I was saying I can add a little bit of this pink hand crocheted lace to the edge. Do I want it that side or do I want it on this side? I'm going to do that side. Yep. I don't know what to do though. I'm worried. I'm going to want to stitch this down. I'm worried that it's going to be too heavy. Maybe I should choose a different lace and put this pink one somewhere else. Because this might really weigh it down. Let's save that. Let's see what else I got. So I made these little cards by just taking really heavy press board dividers, and then I used a punch, so it's a label punch, and I just kind of stuck it in the edge and then that cut that. So that was fun. Easy. Ooh, that's neat. It's tatted. Getting loud upstairs. My husband's moving around. He's not quite the early... Oh, I'm going to put that aside. I want to use some of that. He's not quite the early bird that I am. So I've been up for hours. Maybe I'll just use this plain flat lace. Alright, let's try that again. So I finished this page. I'm not sure about the location just yet. And then on this recipe page, I sewed on this really beautiful eyelet lace and that pink hand crochet lace. And then that little card goes in there. Let's do that instead. Okay. And what do we got going on here? I'd like to add a pocket. Maybe there. Cat. Oh my god. I'm going to trim some of that off. I just like how the colors go together a little better. Okay. So this is just an old file folder. Probably about 3 inches. Oh, it shifted on me. Inches. Maybe I'll see if I can get another roundy thing. the big guns. This just needs a little trim. And you know what I'm thinking? I can put a piece of lace between here and here, and then it'll be, the rough edge will be covered. That's what I'm thinking. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim this edge off just to take all of this stitching off so it's a little squarer. That's better. And let's see what else I've got here. No. Yep. Sorry, just moving around some stuff in my room. Not much left here. I'm going to stitch around those 3 sides first. Okay. Oh, I'm out of pocket thread. That's a pain. I knew I was running out. Okay. So I think I'm going to stop the video for now, and I'll come back at a later time and give you an update about where we are. But just to make sure you understand what it is I've got in my mind here. So I'm going to lay this piece of lace here and layer this over top. Okay? And I will be stitching around that side so this can be used as a tucky spot. Alright, so thanks so much for watching so far, and we'll talk to you soon.